Today is October 9, it's 4 p.m. Please call roll.
Chairperson Juani Garza.
Here.
Vice Chair Ted Meziacros.
Present.
Alderman John Lash.
Here.
Alderman Emmanuel Yamas. Alderman Brandon Tolliver. 3 present.
Okay. Approval minutes for 230780 and for the 25th of September. Motion by Ted Mesiacos.
Second.
Second, John Lash. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed, 3-0. Public comments?
We do not.
Okay. Okay, the first item on the agenda, you want to read the item?
Sure. 230678, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Aurora and the County of DuPage for Central Signal System Expansion 3 installation and future maintenance responsibilities at various locations.
Good afternoon. This is Rupa Anjanappa from Public Works Engineering Division. DuPage County has secured congestion mitigation air quality funding to expand their central signal system throughout the county, and they have several intersections that they're upgrading their softwares and pulling the fiber optic cable. And as part of this expansion, City had requested that they update 2 of the Aurora signals, and one is the Bilter Road at the I-88 westbound ramps, and the other one is the Deal Road at the I-88 eastbound ramps. So the work that involves at these intersections is pulling the fiber optic cable, installing the layer 2 Ethernet switch, and then upgrading the software at these intersections. And the construction cost for this would be 100% on the city, and there's also a 10% construction engineering cost that the DuPage County is requesting for us, and both of that would account for just less than 50 grand. Through this IGA, DuPage County is also looking at server level connection, basically connecting the existing DuPage County Centrax with the Aurora City of Aurora Centrax system. That way we have we can look at the operations of the traffic signals within the city boundaries and also have access to the video cameras at those intersections. And this is very efficient in terms of traffic flow and also improves the interoperability. The other aspect of this IGA is the City of Aurora had installed the PTC camera at the intersection of Eola and Indian Trail as part of our project a couple years ago. And to retain access to this PTC camera and the necessary equipment, we have to go through this IGA just so we can upgrade the equipment as necessary. We do have the accounts, we do have the budget, and the funds allocated in that accounts, and staff does recommend approval of the resolution of the IGA with DuPage County.
Questions, comments?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Madam Chair. Just quickly, could you give me the 2 intersections again, Bilter?
That'll be Bilter at I-88 westbound ramp and Deal at I-88 eastbound ramp.
Okay, thank you.
Yes?
Yeah, just a few questions, just for my clarity. PTZ, could you just,
It's a pan tilt zoom camera.
okay, all right. And this fiber optic that's going to be utilized, that's coming into our conduit?
Yes, correct.
They're not laying new conduit?
They are pulling in a new conduit because Eola, north of New York Street, all the way up to Bilter, I think that is all DuPage County jurisdiction and maintenance. So they'll have to pull the fiber, and I think their plan is to pull the fiber through New York Street and go up Eola. And these 2 intersections also, although they are under our jurisdiction, they're maintained by DuPage County. So they're pulling the fiber through Eola for these 2 intersections.
Okay, so I'm trying to look at is long-term and short-term costs with the installation of this line. What does that mean for the city, if anything?
The traffic signal at both these intersections are existing. All they're trying to do is just putting in the Ethernet switch and the fiber optic and upgrading the software. It should not be much of a cost. we do have something called the EMC contract, the electrical maintenance contract with Mead. Ultimately, the intersection, if the city takes back the maintenance of these two intersections, it'll go under that contract, and the cost will be negligible.
So the conduit, I mean, I'm trying to think of it visually. The conduit's big enough to put another line in, right? Is that what
Sorry.
the conduit that's there is large enough to take another line?
I believe so. And if the conduit is not available, I think they would install a new conduit, and all of that cost is included in this.
Okay, all right. And if anything happens to ours, I mean, we have to take care of it?
These two intersections are under their maintenance. If something goes wrong,
Already? Okay.
DuPage County will bill the city of Aurora. And so far, I haven't seen a bill for this or the invoice for these two intersections.
What do you mean you haven't seen an invoice?
Well, I mean, what I mean to say is, I don't think there's been any problem at these two intersections so far, and I'm anticipating that there won't be any problems in the future. But if there is, I think DuPage County will invoice us at some point.
Okay, because I'm looking at the map here, and I'm trying to understand. You said only 2 intersections, right?
Yes.
And I see 3 areas in yellow with an orange band. I'm trying to understand the map.
Okay.
So it says jurisdiction only?
All the intersections on Eola, north of New York, is under DuPage County's jurisdiction and maintenance.
Okay. I like maps, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to understand them, make sure I understand what you're showing us here with the map.
Mhm.
You don't have anything to put up, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh. I don't know how to explain
And the map that is shown, that basically indicates. Oh, thank you. Oops. So the yellow line and the white dots indicate the intersections, and the yellow dot indicates the corridors that DuPage County will be pulling the fiber in and doing that, upgrades at those intersections.
Yellow dot?
The white dot would be the intersections,
Right.
and the yellow line would be the corridor that they are working on, or
I see.
that they would be working on.
Okay, but there's only 2 intersections. And is there going to be a lot of disruption to traffic or no?
No, apparently not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to visually be able to see it too when I explain it, if I have to explain it. So this is also a map on where all the conduits run.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. More questions, comments?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion approved by Alderman Ted Misiacos.
Second.
Second Alderman John Lesh. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed, 3-0. Okay, next item. Thank you.
230791, a resolution awarding Mead, Inc. 2-year citywide traffic signal and street light maintenance contract.
Good afternoon again. This is Rupa Anjanappa from Engineering Division. So City of Aurora has been partnering with DuPage County, City of Naperville, and the Village of Lombard for the past several years in executing the electrical maintenance contract or the services. In doing so, DuPage County has taken the lead in preparing the bid documents and also bidding the project. So this is done basically to increase the bid pool and to get the best prices for the unit cost of the signal maintenance itself. The current contract that we have with Mead for the electrical maintenance ends on November 30th, 2023, and it was important for us to go through this bid process to get this taken care of, because the new contract is supposed to start from December 1st. So DuPage County opened the bids on September 12th, 2023, and Mead was a low bidder. Our initial engineering estimate came about 2.7 million, and this is a 2-year contract starting 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025. But the bid amount from Mead came up to 1.57 million, which brings it to about 800K per year for the maintenance. The city of Aurora owns maintains about 125 signals and 216 luminaires, which are on the mass storm pole. And we also maintain 28 signals which are under IDOT jurisdiction, and IDOT requires us to do this monthly maintenance. And through this contract, Mead will be conducting monthly maintenance through all of the intersections. So basically, they'll walk through the intersection, make sure the equipment is working right, make sure the pedestrian push buttons are right, and all of that. And apart from that, they will do any additional improvements as required by the city, as stated in the contract. And Mead has been conducting this work for the past several years, and they're very reliable and very efficient, and they have patrolmen who are efficient and have the right certification to do this work. Again, the new contract would start on December 1st of 2023 and end November 30th of 2025. We do have the funds in the budgets or the accounts as stated in the resolution. And this will definitely improve the traffic operations throughout the city, and staff recommends acceptance and awarding the low bid to Mead.
Questions? Yes.
So does this cover the entire city of Aurora, or just the DuPage part?
This is City of Aurora.
Okay.
Yep.
And we only see the one bid from Mead because DuPage accepted them as the low bidder for their part, is that correct?
Well, Mead was the only one who bid the project. I believe there's another company called H&H Electric. They were interested in it, but I think they backed off, and it was only Mead that bid.
Okay, and so when we bid these out, obviously we only got one bidder, and I see that we have our own estimates that compare. How did we come up with our own estimates? Because the bid itself is 42% higher than the existing contract.
Right.
How did we come out even higher than that?
Right. So those estimates were actually done by DuPage County. Since they are the leading agency, they take they take those estimates from the other projects that's been happening throughout the state. So they come up with those estimates, but those quantities or the amount that we show, which is the 2.7 million, that is estimated for the Aurora quantities only.
Okay, but the 1.7 covers all of Aurora, correct?
Yeah, 1.57 covers all of Aurora.
And then my other question is just if something does go, let's say somebody takes out a traffic signal and repairs it, is that covered under the maintenance cost, or is that something additional?
The knockdown, so those, we've estimated some additional amount, additional funding through the maintenance contract. So any knockdowns that happen, it goes to the risk management for claiming.
Insurance.
But Mead gets paid out through this funding.
And Mead would probably do the repairs.
They'll do the invoice,
This
they'll do the
contract
repair.
covers them doing the repairs,
Right.
and then we cover it under insurance.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just for clarity, the estimate for 2 years was 2.7, right? Million.
Yes,
The 1.574 is just for 1 year, so you have to multiply it times 2, and,
1.57 is for 2 years.
1.57 is for 2 years.
Yes.
So why is there an overage here then for 42%? How'd you come up with that?
The 42% is in comparison to the existing Mead contract that we have. So
Alright.
that was about 1.1 million for the 2-year contract.
Let me ask you a question, though. How many years have we worked with Mead?
Sorry, what?
How many years have we worked with Mead?
I would say probably somewhere 8 to 10 years.
Right, and I would assume that we're very comfortable with the service they're providing. The reason I'm asking this question is because they're the only bidder.
Yes.
So we have experience, correct?
Yes, we do. And I'm constantly in touch with the meat patrolmen. If there is any problem, they bring it to my attention or the electrical division's attention, and we take care of it. There's also a 24-hour dispatch provided. Any question, any knockdowns, we can just give them a call, and they'll take care of it within that 24-hour or the 48-hour call service.
Is there any thoughts into why meat was the only bidder? Or are they very territorial in this business?
I believe there are not many contractors who do this job anymore. There were several others, but I think they've gone out of the business for various reasons. And when inquired about why H&H did not participate, I was told that they didn't have enough manpower to cater to the all the four communities.
Okay. So it's not recommended to break it up?
It's not yeah,
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
sure.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Alderman John Lash, second, Alderman Ted Masiacos. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed, 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item.
230792, a resolution authorizing the execution of a professional services Phase 2 engineering agreement with HR Green, Inc. for the Farnsworth Avenue Bilter Road roadway improvements in the amount of $1,118,218.72.
Hi, Brian Wachowski with City of Aurora Engineering Department. Here to present this to you guys. Essentially, this is the second phase of engineering design services contract with HR Green for the expansion of Farnsworth, Bilter, and Church Road. The limits of this project were defined during the Phase 1 contract that was awarded, and we have been happy with the work that HR Green has provided. We have an existing agreement with them or existing relationship with them, and they have information about this section of Aurora that no other consultant firm would have available to them. So the staff is recommending award of this contract to HR Green.
Comments, questions?
Sure. Do we have any estimate yet? I know because it's probably in the 2024 budget for the cost of the actual construction. I know we're just looking at the engineering side of this, and we won't be able to put it out to bid until the engineering's done, but I'm just curious if we have any cost estimates yet for what this intersection in this phase of the project will cost.
I haven't seen a detailed cost estimate for this, but generally HR Green has updated the estimate as they've gone along with the design during Phase 1 of this contract, and it's closer to $11 million than the $9 to $10 million that we were saying before, mostly due to property acquisition and things like that that are not able to be properly defined until you do a Phase 1 engineering study and determine how far out you need to acquire right away. Other things like expanding culverts underneath Farnsworth Avenue in sensitive areas and that kind of thing that is kind of unforeseen costs that you can't really define until Phase 1 is done.
Okay. And then I looked at what is not covered on this, and it says that H&R Green in this contract doesn't cost or include in their cost meeting with the public or any additional meetings as part of that. What is our hourly rate with them, or how do we handle that if they're needed to be called into a meeting, or what is
They do cover meeting with us.
Sure.
So they do have meetings that are covered under there that we would have with staff or City of Aurora. But we don't anticipate any public meetings happening until we get to kind of the Phase 3. And then we could either handle those in-house or talk to them about an extra or transferring money that's currently within this budget towards attending a public meeting if it was desired.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is I did attend a Ward 1 meeting this weekend, and there was definitely still a lot of concern about this intersection. And I was not at the previous meeting where I believe maybe you attended and our chief of staff, but there's definitely a lot of concern still where residents felt like they were being told and not being listened to. And so Alderman Yamas suggested that perhaps you and Rupa come back out there and explain it, and I didn't know if we would need to have HR Green there as well to hear it out. That's why I'm asking this series of questions if they're needed. What is the cost to do that, and how do we handle that?
Yeah, typically staff handles those types of meetings, but if we did need their expertise there, we would, like Brian said, we would consult with them either before or bring them with to the meeting, but typically city staff handles that.
Okay. All right, I don't think they have any additional questions at this time on the project itself unless we have a timeline, but the engineering timeline would be what to complete this phase of it?
Including the agreement is that they would be having this out for bid for construction in the spring of 2024.
Thank you. No further questions, Madam
Question?
Chair.
No?
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, motion Alderman Ted Masiacos, second Alderman John Lash. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed 3-0. Okay. No other items for discussion this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Ted Masiacos,
Second.
second John Lash. All in favor, say aye. Okay,
Aye.
motion passed. We adjourn the meeting at 4:20. Thank you very much.